Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Lost Everyone and Ended Up in Genshin Impact World Part 1. Before we start, please go support AndresFelipeSolanoDi for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Chapter 1. New Beginning. Noises, gunshots, magic chants and explosions could be heard everywhere. But inside a castle, Akeno and Rias were fighting, supporting Issei. Issei. Rizavam, it's over, we will stop you. Rizavam. Yes, of course you will. Issei. He. Issei could notice Rizavam's empty eyes. Rias. Issei, go get him. Akeno. Rias, don't be careless, these armors don't stop. Issei. Let's go drag. Drag. Yes, mate. Boost 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 booster. Issei. Take this. Rizavam. Kill me already. Issei. He. At that moment the noises intensified. Outside everything was chaos. Vali, Azazel, Shirin, Kakao and many more were fighting against fake armor of the Red Emperor, replicas made by our eyes of them. Akeno. Issei, why are you stopping? Issei. Something's wrong, he doesn't fight, he doesn't even show his usual arrogant and repulsive attitude, something is very wrong. Rias. We'll see that after this is all over, but you must destroy that machine. Right in front of Rizavam, there was a strange machine, and lightning was coming out of it as if it was going to explode. Rizavam. It's here. Issei. He. A huge explosion would occur, the entire sky would turn white, and the entire area would be caught in the explosion. Shortly after the explosion ended, only smoke could be seen in the center, while outside the others were injured due to the explosion. Ali. Cough. Cough. What was that explosion? Something's not right. Azazel. Cough. Cough. You're right, something is wrong, that explosion was powerful, but it must have been worse for those who were in the central area. Hiba. We have to hurry. Azazel. Easier said than done, we don't have enough energy to keep fighting, fatigue has been building up all this time. Back in the central area everything is covered in rubble. Issei. They're fine. Akeno. Cough. Cough. See. Rias. Cough. Cough. They are only minor injuries. Issei. Well then. I have to. Rizavam. Cough, it seems cough it arrived. Issei. It seems it's too late for regrets. But Issei did not listen to him, his gaze was fixed on the sky, a woman unknown to him had appeared. Goddess. I am the upholder of the celestial principles, your fight ends here. Issei. I don't think she's a friend. At that time she would catch Rias and Akeno easily. Rias. Akeno. Issei. Issei. Laugh. Akeno, give them back. Goddess. It's over. Rizavam. I guess I have to find someone to finish me off, so I can't let you fight now. Issei. Hey, I get ready for. He. Rizavam. I feel that. After those words, our eyes of him and Issei would be locked together in a cube, and the machine would be activated again, preparing to explode, but this time the explosion would be of such abysmal chain that the world would be consumed. As for Issei, he would be in a blank space, where only he and Rizavam were. Rizavam. Looks like I made it in time. Issei. What the hell happened? Where are we? Where are the girls? What have you done? Rizavam. You will listen to what I have to say. Issei. Go to. I don't feel drag. Wait, I can't even summon my sacred gear, what the hell is going on? Rizavam. I won't attack you, even if you're weak. Issei. What you eat? Rizavam. So will you listen to me or not? Issei. You are the enemy, the most despicable person there is, you made Vali suffer, you tried to kill us for simple fun, how the hell do you ask to talk so simply? Rizavam. I guess that's true, but do you have any other choice right now? Issei. TCH. Then what do you want to talk about? Rizavam. Sephiroth Graal. Issei. The Longinus class sacred gear, also known as the Holy Grail that belongs to Valerie Teeps, whom you made suffer a lot, what does that have to do with this? Rizavam. After obtaining it my plan was simple, to find 666 Trihexa, after that we know what came next. Issei. But then we were informed that your movements changed and now you were making a machine. Rizavam. Using the Holy Grail I was able to see the knowledge of the dead, so I knew where Trihexa was, but I took on more than I could chew. Issei. What are you talking about? Rizavam. The more I saw, the more knowledge I craved. I wanted to know everything. You know I hate being bored. So knowledge was like a candy apple that never ended. Issei. And how exactly did your search for knowledge end up like this? Rizavam. Because I craved more, the Holy Grail had limits and so did I, so I used it to find me the objects that could give me more knowledge than the Holy Grail itself. Issei. So that's why you didn't go to revive him, you were looking for those objects. Rizavam. To those under my command, I falsely promised that it would be to accomplish our goals, and they just obeyed. Issei. You manipulated your own followers with lies and deception. Brizavum. Just like a demon. Heh. But after getting those items I acquired it, all the knowledge inside and outside this world, past, present and future. Issei. Wait, so you know everything? That's impossible. Brizavum. No. It was impossible to get those items, but I did it, the Holy Grail was helpful. Issei. Billions of knowledge or more in your brain should. Brizavum. It melted my head, but I endured it, my body did it. And when I knew everything, I admired it as if I had won. But I discovered that I lost. Issei. You lost. Brizavum. I knew everything, damn it, also there was nothing in this world or outside of it to discover. My curiosity was my downfall, the boredom of not being able to know more, since I knew everything. Issei. God. You condemned yourself too. Brizavum. Yes, my own hell. Issei looked at Brizavum's worn-out eyes. Issei. How does all that relate to the current situation? Brizavum. I'll get there in a second. It turns out that knowledge soon became more knowledge. I saw what was going to happen. I looked at the future, my defeat and your victory. Issei. So it occurred to you to change that? Brizavum. No. Because it was inevitable. I acquired more and more, so much so that I could no longer see only the futures of this universe, but all the futures of the multiverse. All the current and future information in my head. Issei. Multiverse, that's it, if your knowledge reaches such extremes your body should. Brizavum. There is a limit, isn't it? Yes. I reached my limit. Issei. Then. Brizavum. Don't interrupt me, it's not over yet. When I saw the multiverse I knew everything, it always happens the same, I lose, you win, or I don't even exist in that universe, millions of possibilities, millions of me of you in my mind. Issei. Brizavum. Brizavum. Ha ha ha. You pity this decrepit old man. Ha. Who would have thought? Then I knew the whole current situation of the multiverse, but something happened, my mind was no longer the same. Issei. Exactly how? Brizavum. There is a saying that if the evil one has knowledge of his evilness he will understand his mistakes, and I had all the knowledge there is. I knew everything, my useless plans, ha, all a waste. I could have done more being good than evil. Issei. You. Brizavum. Then I understood that I had to remedy my mistakes. But nobody would believe me. But I faced another problem, all that knowledge was killing me. I was about to die. Then this same knowledge revealed things to me. Issei. Did he show you your death? Brizavum. Exactly. Despite seeing other versions of me from other universes die, I faced the problem of, now I want to return to the right side, whatever that means for a demon like me. But it was too late. There were no answers in the universe, and in the multiverse, I was going to die. Issei. But you didn't accept it, or did you? Brizavum. Exactly. So I thought this knowledge shows me about the multiverse, but what about the dimensions? Issei. Dimensions. Brizavum. Each universe in the multiverse has 12 dimensions. Issei. Why did you think your salvation was in the dimensions if it wasn't in the multiverse? Brizavum. Because they are different from everything. In the multiverse you will always find yourself whether you are exactly the same or not. But in the dimensions, no. They are different worlds, different places, different laws, different times, spaces and Issei. Gods. Brizavum. You understand now? Issei. She was that woman. Brizavum. A goddess from another dimension. Yes, I caused all this. I searched and searched in the dimensions for a cure to stop my death. Dimensions are always different for all universes. You know what characterizes them? They don't have versions of us or anything like that. Everything is new. Issei. Yes. Brizavum. If the multiverse is the vertical line, the dimensions would be the horizontal line. Issei. The machine, what the hell were you doing with it? Does it have to do with dimensions? Brizavum. Yes, on my travels I created anomalies and collapses, everything was falling apart. Issei. God, there won't be. Brizavum. Yes. I was destroying the dimensions. Issei. Then that goddess. Brizavum. It was a matter of him coming to our world. He must have thought it was a declaration of war, or even realized what he was doing, since his world was also being affected. Issei. I understand everything, so the machine was the solution to all this. You plan to repair everything. Brizavum. No. Issei. He. Brizavum. Dimensions fell and this universe would be affected in such a way that the world could be lost, so when I gave up on my life, I looked for a solution to repair all the damage I caused. In the end. I found it, but not the one I wanted. Issei. He. Brizavum. The machine he created allows a total fusion with the dimensions. Issei. There won't be. Brizavum. Yes, I merged 12 worlds with ours. After those words Issei would be shocked. Issei. Something like that. It would be like Rizivum. Destroy the world. I thought that if I generated the fusion our world could be saved, since within the fusion, this universe would be left alone and without dimensions, but I didn't take something into account. Issei. What are you talking about? Rizivum. If there is another world with a strong and larger population, it would replace our world. In this world there are angels, dragons, demons, gods, etc. But what is most abundant are weak humans, 7 billion lives of fragile and weak humans. Issei. You don't mean to say. Rizivum. I tried to save this world, it was all my fault, but when I realized it, the machine had already started to work, so when all the dimensions merged, we would not be the world that remained. Issei. Why didn't you delete it, damn it? Rizivum. Because. If I did that it meant that all the worlds would die, then everything was in vain. I couldn't save this world, but I could at least save one. Issei. No. Lie. After everything that had been said, Issei's mind was trying to assimilate it. His wives, his friends, his parents. They were all dead, his world was erased, and now it is non-existent. He was the only survivor. Rizivum. You must hate me like no one else. I realized my mistakes too late. I'm sorry. I know I can't make up for it, but in the end everything I said is true. Issei. I hate you. I hate you. I want to kill you. But Issei couldn't look at his face, his eyes were empty and lifeless, giving him pity. Rizivum. I have something for you. This one would take out a very unusual sword. Rizivum. It's from my travels, it's a weapon from another dimension. Issei. Kiba is the swordsman, not me. Rizivum. Would you be able to defend yourself without your powers? Issei. No. Rizivum. You'll have to learn how to use it. Issei. What will happen to Drake? Rizivum. I see multiple possibilities in more than one. He disappears with the old world, but if not you'll have to wait. Issei. I have to accept all this, that this is the end. Rizivum. It's a new beginning but only for you. Issei. What do you mean? Rizivum. I agonize Bo's head. I know so much. But I don't want to know anything, now please give me peace with that sword. Issei. I guess with the information I can give you peace instead of letting you die in agony. Rizivum. Thank you. Issei. By the way, before doing so, I want to know what this place is and what will happen when I leave. Rizivum. This is a space-time containment. Here inside the time is different from the time outside. Issei. So this is all. I won't know what time or what year it will be in the new world. Rizivum. I warn you, when you kill me you will sleep for a long time, and when you wake up more years could pass than you imagine. I use my magic to contain the power of this place, but I can't take it anymore. I wanted to talk to you before I die. I owe you more than this, but this is the most I can offer. Issei. Goodbye Rizivum. Rizivum. Don't feel bad. I was born being the bad guy. This had to happen. But. My most sincere thanks Hyodo Issei for freeing me. Issei would cut off Rizivum's head, the cut was precise, immediately the place would darken and Issei would faint on the ground. Long after. That's it. A shooting star. Payman. So you ended up here when a fusion of dimensions ended your world and a goddess captured you. Payman finds it a very difficult story to believe. Chapter 2. New World. Payman. Payman thinks your story is incredible and impossible, but I guess the person who saved me wouldn't lie. Issei. Thanks Payman. It was like a dream. I still believe I'm in a fantasy dream where I hope to wake up. My friends, my family, everything. Erased. It feels like it all happened yesterday. But in reality it's been years. And all this time I was asleep. I remember waking up on this beach. When I woke up I looked at the sky. I guess I fell from the sky. How will the heaven of this new world be? There will be angels. I don't suppose they are extinct. Irina would be devastated and would cry to be the last angel, but she is gone too. It was hard for me to accept it, but I saw more of this environment and I knew. Rizivum told the truth, the whole world is new. I still have a hard time accepting it, but denying what my eyes see is lying to myself. After accepting it, I explored a little not far from the beach coast. I fished and well Payman came out of there. Another thing I didn't expect in this new world. Payman. Are you okay? Issei. Just a little thoughtful. Payman. I know you lost your entire family, but Payman will not abandon you. I will be with you from now on. Issei. Why don't you say that you want me to protect you from wild animals? Payman. Hey, I can take care of myself. Issei. What is that, a wolf? Payman. Ah, where hides behind Issei? Issei. You fell already. Payman. That's not funny at all. Issei. You don't even wonder what a wolf is doing on the beach shore. Payman. So what are you going to do now? Issei. Hey. I haven't decided. I don't know this new world. I don't think there's a way to see my home again. Even if I do something impossible like turning back time, I don't think it would be a good idea. Payman. Sorry, I was trying to make you forget your home, and I reminded you more. Issei. Don't worry. Looks at his sword. It's a light and very unique sword, Rizavam. I suppose I should thank you for this. Payman. That sword looks very striking, it's black with red markings. Issei. Yes. But I don't think it has any special power or anything like how Kiba's swords were, I don't feel anything special coming from it. Payman. You know how to use a sword, Payman thinks it would be useful for you to learn. Issei. I guess before I go out exploring I can spend a few days learning. Payman. Payman will support you. Issei. Thanks Payman, but if there aren't many things to eat in this world, you'll be my emergency food. Payman. Hey Payman doesn't find that joke funny. Issei. Yikes. So the days passed, I learned to use the sword, after all I practiced in the past with Kiba, I had the basic concept already in my body and mind, the rest would depend on me in the future to improve, each person has their own fighting style, and I had to find mine, it was painful to think about a friend who was no longer there. Anyway I still feel inferior comparing myself to Kiba in terms of sword handling, but at least I think I'm strong enough to get out of this mess. Payman. Payman will show you many things about this world. Issei. I asked how long have you been here? As we walked along a path we saw a large statue. Issei. What is that, Payman? Payman. Oh right, since you're not from here you shouldn't recognize it, it's a statue of the seven. Issei. Of the seven? Payman. The seven are the gods of the world. Payman began to float towards the statue. Issei. Wait. Payman. Come on, hurry up, I want to show you closer, it's the first time you've seen a statue of the seven. Issei. Yes. Payman. Come on, if you want, you can touch it, don't be afraid to break it, they are very well made. Issei. The seven are the gods of this new world. Payman. These statues are all over the world, however this statue is only in the domain of the Anemo god. Issei. Yes. Payman. Anemo is the element of wind, and the god that represents it is Barbados, known as the god of wind. Issei. Wait Payman, a little slower, I don't understand well, is there magic here? Payman. Magia. Issei. You don't know what magic is, wait so how do the gods use elemental powers? Payman. Payman doesn't remember, but Payman once heard that strong people have a vision. Issei. Vision, where I come from has a different meaning that's how the magic of this world will be named. Payman. Anemo wind, pyro fire, electro thunder, hydro water, cryo ice, dendro plant and geo rock, each has its god and its statue in its territory. Issei. So we are in this god's territory. Heartbeat. What is this? At that moment his hand would be like a magnet and would stick to the statue. Payman. Are you okay? Issei. My arm, I can't control it. Immediately the energy would be swallowed by Issei's arm, absorbing it and sending it through his entire body. Issei. This feeling. This what is? Payman. You absorbed the elemental energy from the statue. Issei. Elemental energy, yes I feel different. Is that possible? Payman. Since you're not from here, I guess it's possible for you. Issei. Let me try something, concentrate, imagine a sphere, then compress and release it. Burst. Payman. Wow. Issei. What's up? A large gust of wind would be released and knock down a tree. Payman. You are strong. Issei. No. Payman. But Payman saw that the tree fell because of your new power. Issei. This power is new, I don't master it, if we compare the me of the past, with the current me I am like a degraded version, but at extreme levels, the base me that possessed Drag with a dragon shock, blew up the tip of a mountain. Payman. Payman didn't think you were so powerful. Issei. When I was with the guys. I started from scratch. I gained my power starting like everyone else by training. I even sacrificed my arm. I faced strong enemies then strong allies. If I had to measure my previous power with the current one, then I will say that this area would disappear with a simple attack. Payman. Wow. Issei. I honestly wonder what kind of boy you thought I was with what I told you. Payman. A perverted one. Issei. Seriously you only remember that? Payman. Well you told me a lot about your old world and that you got power from your breasts. Issei. I also had to train the power when I gained it. Payman. Millimeters. Okay Payman supports you, even if you are a pervert you are a good person. Issei. The most curious thing about my life is that wherever I go they will call me a pervert, even if this is not my world. Sigh. Payman. Payman thinks we should continue. Issei. If we go. At that moment in the blue sky a great beast would fly by. Issei. This feeling is. A dragon starts running. Payman. Wait. This would stop. Issei. What do you think? Payman. Yes, but why are we going into danger? Issei. Don't be afraid Payman. Heyman. You say that without knowing if that beast can dialogue. Issei. Let's hope so. He would walk slowly, then he would hear a sound and see the dragon next to a boy. Issei. He. But who is it? Heartbeat. He. Not again. At that moment the dragon would feel his presence and roar, while the eyes of that unknown boy would turn suspiciously to Issei. Who is there? Issei. Shit. The dragon would take flight and the boy would disappear in the act. Heyman. I thought he would eat us. Issei. Dragons are common in this world. Heyman. Not that I know of. How did you know it was a dragon and not a flying creature? Issei. Because my entire body is that of a humanoid dragon, however my dragon strength has also been degraded to extreme levels. Heyman. Heyman thinks you look very human. Issei. It's not like in my current condition, I could transform into a dragon, besides I almost never did it, technically being so big you are an easier target. Heyman. Oh. Hey look there's something. Issei. Approaches it some kind of crystal or something else, I don't know what the hell this is. Heyman. I think we should put that thing away. Issei. But where can I take something so? His prayer is interrupted when he sees that his arm would absorb that strange thing. Heyman. What was that? Issei. I don't know. But maybe my sacred gear. Even so the sacred gear is in a non-functional state. Heyman. It's like your body has stored it. Issei. Not my body, the sacred gear I think I can use it as storage. Heyman. Is that possible? Issei. They respond to the user's will and evolve, I suppose this is the most they can reach for now. Heyman. But it's useful, you can keep everything of value. Issei. I guess. Let's go. Heyman. Right, let's go. As they walked in the distance they could see a large city. Steps. 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 Issei. What is that? Amber. Jump high there, identify yourselves. I, Amber, explorer of the Knights of Favonius, will not let you pass. Issei. Gentlemen. Heyman. Wait we don't come with bad intentions, my name is Payman and he is Issei, we are travelers from far away. Issei. This girl doesn't use so's cough I mean. My name is Issei, a pleasure. Amber. A pleasure if you are a traveler heading to Mondstadt. Issei. Mondstadt. Amber. Mondstadt is one of the 7 nations of Tavid, we love freedom. Heyman. Oh yes I forgot to tell you that the god of the wind, Barbados, is the god of freedom. Issei. We are from far away, so we don't know anything about this place. Amber. Don't worry, I'll guide you. Shriek. Take it around in the Zudu. Issei. What are those sounds? The next thing Issei could see was a crossbow arrow shot at his face. Amber. Be careful. Issei. Dodges, but what? Issei was shocked by the monsters that were coming, they were the strangest, they had masks on their faces, hair all over their heads, and they carried primitive weapons. Amber. Takes out her bow, watch out for them. Issei. What are those things? Amber. Hilichurls. Issei. Hilichurls. Hilichurls. No Zudu. Amber. They are basically monsters, they are never so close to the city, their intelligence is not the best however they can create weapons to defend themselves, at least they are only a group and there are no larger beasts or any that use elemental energy. Issei. Are they strong? Amber. It's not how strong they are that's the problem, it's the quantity, they're annoying and act in an uncontrolled way. Issei. Pulls out his sword, the fight is inevitable then. Amber. Fire began to build up at the tip of her arrow. Issei. That's elemental energy. Heyman. It's pyro. One shot of his arrow burned all the grass around him. Amber. That will contain them. Issei. I'll take it from here. Amber. Wait it's dangerous. Issei. Most of my day-to-day life is like this, concentrate, do it well, concentrate the elemental energy strongly, with much more force, in a single point, compress the wind and then release it. Issei. Gust of wind. Hilichurls. What about the girl? The gust of wind would combine with Amber's fire, thus generating a burst of fire and completely incinerating them. Amber. Amazing. Issei. Still. I'm not at my best. But every step I take slowly brings me closer to the old me. A huge burnt area could be seen. Amber. Amazing, I didn't know you had vision and could achieve an elemental reaction at the right moment, it was incredible, you must have trained a lot using your vision. Issei. Edo. I don't have a vision. Amber. What? Issei. Did you say something bad? Amber. How is it possible for a person without vision to use elemental power? Issei. I can only do it and that's it. Amber. Sighs, well I guess I know you're not a bad person. Issei. Yes, would lower his gaze. Amber. What are you watching? Issei. Your breasts. I say nothing. Amber. Purr. Issei. For. Amber. Pervert. Well, that's how my encounter with the first person in this world began. I have a long way to go if I want to regain my former strength and see Drake again, but I will continue forward for all my fallen comrades. Chapter 3. Mondstadt. Amber, Paimon and Issei could be seen walking together. Amber. Pout. Issei. Sorry about that. Issei was apologizing while you could see the painted hand of the slap on his face. Amber. I can't believe I saved a pervert. Issei. You're not the first one who tells me that. Amber. Sighed. So where are you from? Issei. Stops. We are travelers from far away. Amber. Millimeters. They don't seem to be people with bad intentions. Issei. Do you really trust me that much? Amber. No, it's because if you were someone who wanted to do something bad or go undercover, no one would do something as stupid as keep looking at my breasts. Issei. Sorry. Looks up. Where I come from I did it often, so much so that it was already a habit and no one said anything, well, women in general. Amber. Sigh. Do you know where you are? Issei. I don't even know this place. Amber. Come follow me. Jumps through the trees. Issei. His physical condition is excellent. Follows him. Amber. His physical ability is high, I think it's greater than mine, and he can also use elements without vision. Who is he? Sighs. For now I'll just report this to my superiors. I don't think he's someone evil, just a little perverted. They passed the forests quickly, and the sunlight passed through Issei's eyes. At that moment he could see a city. At that moment he understood the current era of the world, or at least that's what he thought. Amber. Surprised. Issei. Yes, the truth is I'm speechless. Amber. This is Mondstadt, the land of the free. Issei. Freedom. Amber. We worship the wind god Barbados, that is why we are free as the wind. It is a land that is not governed by anyone. Issei. I see from the construction I can assure that this world is one where technology is not well developed, so here the strongest powers seem to come from magic, or rather the so-called elemental energy, although I don't know if there is another type of power in this world, or if the power of the gods is different side. Amber. Is something wrong? Issei. Nothing, it's just that it's very different from my home. Amber. I see. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll feel at home. Issei. Smiles. Thanks Amber, you are a good person. Amber. Blushes. Turns face. Sometimes you can be a little cute when you smile. Issei. What did you say? Amber. I said let's continue. Issei. Okay. Amber. By the way, what are you going to do when you get to Mondstadt? Issei. Well. Amber. Wait. Do you have blackberries? Issei. Do I have fruit? Amber. No fruit, blackberry. Issei. The mora here has another meaning. Can you tell me about the mora? Where I come from that term means something else. Amber. How strange, I thought it was used and known in every Tavid. Issei. Tavid. Paimon. Whispers. It's the name of the world. Issei. Yes, of course. It's just that where I come from was a very remote place. Amber. It must have been the type of place where they lived as hermits, because in order to have no idea of the mur, which is the most fundamental thing if you want to live comfortably. Issei. What is the blackberry itself? Amber. Sighs. It's the money that is handled in every Tavid. Shows her gold coin. Issei. So that's the mora, the money of this world. I don't have any of that. Amber. Sighs. Then your situation is bad, to be honest with you. Without money, well, even if you enter Mondstadt, you won't be able to pay for any establishment to spend the night. Issei. Sighs. Well, I'll manage by sleeping outside. I'll think about how to earn money later. Don't worry, I'll manage. Amber. Okay, let's continue. They would continue the path until they passed through the gates. Amber. I have to go and report the situation to my superiors. Monsters very close to Mondstadt is not a good sign. We will have to separate here. Issei. Don't worry, thanks for your help. Amber. Walks away. Paimon. Paimon thinks she's a good person. Issei. It is, thanks to her there were no problems when passing through the guards. Paimon. Now where will we sleep? Issei. Sighs. I should see that, you could disappear and appear like you always do. By the way, how do you do it? Paimon. I don't know, how does your sword disappear? Issei. I have no idea either, he just does it. Paimon. Seriously, where are we going to sleep? Issei. Well, we don't have money millimeters, we'll have to sleep in some bushes or on the roofs. Paimon. What if it rains? Issei. Let's hope not. But his words would be interrupted by the sounds of lightning and rain. They see how people go into their houses, while the two of them are left alone. Issei stands on the edge of a house. Paimon. Paimon doesn't want to get wet. Issei. I will cover you from the rain, you must sleep. Paimon. But you won't be able to. Issei. It's okay Paimon, I can sleep later. Paimon. No, you must. Issei. Hugs her. Don't worry, I'll protect you from the rain, sleep peacefully. Payman. With tears. Thanks Issei, but you are too kind. Issei. It's normal to want to help a friend. I wonder if someone from my old world saw me so pathetic, would they laugh or feel sorry for me? Issei's tears fell on Payman's face. Issei. I'm sorry Payman, I promised you wouldn't get wet. The tears were soft and subtle, they fell delicately, he had not had time to mourn his loss, everything was very abrupt, in fact he was acting strong, in these situations he tried to assimilate it. But no one can ever assimilate loss without tears. What are you doing here? A strange girl had arrived, only her shadow was seen, while Issei kept his gaze down, being wet by the rain. Issei. Sleeping. In the rain, you can catch a cold. The woman covered him with her umbrella. Issei. I'm very strong, don't worry. You don't have anywhere to sleep. Issei. I'm just a traveler, I don't have money and stuff, so this is the best I can do. Do you want to come with me? Issei. Haha. What kind of person would offer help to someone he barely knows, it's nonsense. Helping people is what I do. Plus you're keeping the rain off that little girl over there, I don't think you're a bad person. Issei. You know that just by looking at me? No, I know that because I'm sure of it, bad guys don't shed tears. Issei. I'm pathetic. It depends on what you consider pathetic, it takes a lot of courage to cry. Issei. I guess so. So you're coming. Issei. Are you sure you won't regret it? Of course not, after all I have faith in my instinct, I am the most reliable mate of the Knights of Favonius. He would get up covering Payman while keeping his head down. What's your name? Issei. Issei Hyodo. Which one? Noel. Noel, nice to meet you. Issei. Eyes widen. Noel. Are you coming with me Issei? Chapter 4. Adapting. The rising sun could be seen in the storm that occurred, showing the morning light. That light passed through a window and illuminated Issei sleeping with Payman next to him. Payman. Payman wants cake. Issei was dreaming and inside his dream, his former friends could be seen. Why did you let us die, why did you fail us? I thought you loved us. Why did you leave us behind? Issei. No. Payman. Aya. Payman would wake up scared by the scream. Payman. Gosh, what's wrong with you? Payman almost died of fright. Issei. Sorry, I had a nightmare. Payman. Payman wonders where we are. Issei. Oh. About that. Noel. Hi, I see you're awake. Issei. Hi Noel, sorry for the screams, I had a nightmare. Noel. Don't worry. Payman. I don't understand what's happening. Issei. Payman, she's Noel, she helped us by giving us lodging, of course you didn't know because you were still asleep. Payman. Nice to meet you Noel. Noel. It's a pleasure to meet you Payman. Issei. Stands up. Noel. So sits down. Why were you outside when it was raining? Issei. Well, it's a bit embarrassing to say. Payman. We have no money and we are poor. Issei. There was a subtle way of saying it Payman. Payman. Payman thought it was the right thing to do. Noel. Oh, what a problem, don't worry, you can stay as long as you like. Issei. Thanks Noel, but don't you think it's out of the ordinary that two strangers stay with you? Noel. Not at all, it is my duty to help as a servant of the Knights of Favonius. Issei. Knights of Favonius, I think I heard Amber say that she was the scout of the Knights of Favonius, but what are they really? Noel. It's true that you are new, I guess you don't know much about here. Issei. I know the basics, like the Blackberry and the city but only a little. Noel. Well, the Knights of Favonius are the ones who protect Mondstadt, they regulate order among other things. Issei. Yes. Noel. Mondstadt praises the god Anemo Barbados, he is the god of freedom, so you should know that there are no rulers here. Issei. So it's a city without a king. Noel. Yes, it is a city without a king, but there are laws to ensure security. Issei. I see, so Mondstadt has always been like this? Noel. No. There was a time when it was ruled by a tyrant, but that's another story, however since it is no longer ruled by anyone, we live free as the wind. Issei. I see, by the way I have a question. Noel. Yes. Issei. What is a vision? Noel. Hey. You don't know about visions. Issei. No. Noel. Visions are gifts that are granted by the gods, when recognized by them we are given a vision, it allows us to manipulate the elements of the corresponding vision. Issei. Yes. Noel. Many spend their lives seeking a vision, but few receive the blessing of the gods. Issei. I understand. Noel. Although I'm a little confused. Issei. Heh. Why? Noel. My vision is Geo, but I'm in Mondstadt, the land of the wind. Issei. Meaning no one chooses the element of their vision. Noel. Yes, that's why I'm still confused to this day. Issei. Don't worry. Noel. He. Issei. Why worry about why a vision is not of the element you want? If you got one, then you are a great person who was recognized by the gods. Does your vision being Geo mean that you are below the others? Noel. Eyes widen. Issei. The most important thing is that you never lower your effort. Noel. Smiles, thanks. Issei. So what should I do now? I honestly have no idea. Noel. It's my day off, if you want I'll go with you to see the city. Issei. Thanks smiles. Noel. You're welcome smiles. In the city of Mondstadt. Noel showed me around the place from the church, the headquarters among other things. Issei. The place is big, but still calling it a city is a bit of an exaggeration. In my world a city was bigger, even the smallest city in my world is much bigger than Mondstadt. Payman. Payman finds this place nice. Issei. The wind is cool. Payman. What is that? Noel. That's the Adventurers Guild. Issei. Wait, the Adventurers Guild. The manga lied to me about how it looks, it's not a big bar or anything. Payman. Let's get closer. Issei. Be careful Payman. Payman. Hello. Oh hello, welcome to the stars and the abyss. Issei. What does that mean? Noel. It is the welcome given by the Adventurers Guild. Issei. Welcome. Noel. It must be hard to hear since you're not from around here. The meaning of my words is to the stars and to the abyss. Issei. Oh, forgive me, this is the first time I've heard it since I'm not from around here. My name is Hyodo Issei. Catherine. Nice to meet you, my name is Catherine, I am the receptionist at the Adventurers Guild. Noel. I see that as always you keep your smile. Catherine. Oh Noel, you're finally coming to join us. Noel. No, nothing like that, my goal is to be a knight of Favonius, I was just showing Issei the city, he's new here. Catherine. It's a shame. Payman. Payman wants to know what the Adventurers Guild does. Catherine. We offer services to people all over Tavid, from fetch quests to personal help, but I think the most important thing is that we fight monsters, although we also give the freedom to explore and roam the world, discovering new areas and rewarding information from those areas. Issei. The truth is I imagined the guild to be bigger. Catherine. Haha yes it is normal everyone has said it, well except those from Snezhnaya, since our headquarters is there. Issei. Wait, so this isn't the original guild? Catherine. Exactly, our main headquarters are in Snezhnaya. Issei. I understand. Noel. There are a lot of requests for subjugation lately. Issei. The monsters are upset. Noel. No, it's because of the Storm Terror. Issei. The dragon from that time. Payman. Why is the dragon causing such trouble? Catherine. Nobody knows, he used to be one of the four winds, he got along well with people, but now he is threatening the safety of the inhabitants of Mondstadt. Noel. Oh god. Issei. What's Christmas? Noel. I completely forgot that I promised Amber I would go help her with something. Issei. Don't worry, you've shown me enough. Noel. Will you be okay? Issei. The city isn't that big, I'm not a kid to get lost, go without problems. Noel. Thanks leaves. Payman. Noel is a good person. Issei. Yes, but that kindness can play a trick on him. Catherine. Yes indeed everyone here in Mondstadt owes a lot to Noel. Issei. So much. Catherine. Someone once got lost in Dragon's Thorn and she went to rescue him, but then she got sick, we all worried about her, since then we keep her busy with other tasks to prevent her from doing something crazy and getting hurt. Issei. I didn't imagine he would do something like that. Catherine. Yes, you can have a vision, but having a vision doesn't make you invincible and immortal. Issei. Catherine I have a question, everyone who joins the guild has freedom. Catherine. That's right, you can go anywhere, it's your decision. Payman. What are you thinking, Issei? Issei. Well we need Blackberry and I don't have a job right now. Payman. True, it's a great idea, plus Payman will be able to travel with you and give you advice. Issei. Catherine, can I register as a member of the Adventurers Guild? Catherine. Sure, no problem. Payman. We will have many adventures. Elsewhere. Poor thing, humans are cruel, their words hurt you, the city has turned its back on you. You want revenge, don't you? Are you going to continue protecting a city that continually turns its back on you? Where was your god when you needed him? You don't need to hold back, unleash your anger. Show the power of heaven to those who mistreated you. You are and always will be the ruler of the heavens. I will destroy the humans. The dragon took flight, its fury had been unleashed, and the figure of a small creature is seen, laughing and rejoicing. Chapter 5. Storm Terror. Payman. Yes, Payman can't believe we're adventurers now. Issei. Don't forget Payman, the work of adventurers is not just fun, there will possibly be dangers. Payman. I know, but Issei is strong, it will surely be a piece of cake. Issei. I still don't know the strength scheme of this world, I don't want to consider myself the strongest. Payman. Payman assumes that as long as it's not a god, you'll be fine. Issei. Don't put me on such a high level right away. Payman. Calm down, Payman will protect you. Issei. Well, the way my situation is, nothing would disappoint me anymore. Payman. Hey, Payman thinks you're insulting her. Issei. Payman is very smart. Payman. Thanks, hey, I was hoping that was an insult or a compliment. Issei. I'll leave it as a surprise to you. Payman. Payman will accept the compliment. Issei. Sigh, it's going to be a long day. He would walk the streets of Mondstadt exploring the city. Issei. It's a good place, somewhat old for the world I lived in. Payman. Payman wonders what the technology Issei talks about was like. Issei. Technology is the advancement of each era, not everything was good, but within the good there was medicine, health, food. I could say that in terms of benefits a technological world was better for the survival of humans. Payman. Payman thinks this world is fine. Issei. Well, humans in each world look for a way to solve problems. I think that these visions have the power to heal wounds. I'm not saying that they all serve that purpose, but I feel that some can use them to heal. Payman. A certain Payman heard that some vision bearers use their power for the benefit of the people. Issei. The other wielders I suppose use them for personal gain, but if one proves worthy of a vision and receives one, then I suppose it is their choice what to do with it. Payman. So if you see someone with vision taking advantage of someone weak, what would you do? Issei. He would be my enemy. The vision bearers may have the power to choose, but they have their ideals and I have mine, and abusing the weak goes against them. Payman. Why do you always help someone you don't know? Issei. Once. I had a girlfriend, her name was Yuma. Amano Yuma, when I met her she asked me if I could be her boyfriend. At that time I was a naive boy who didn't think that something was wrong when a girl I had just met proposed to me to be her girlfriend. I was the least popular and infamous boy in school. Payman. Payman thinks it's pretty obvious to say something is wrong. Issei. Yeah. You know, I think deep down. I knew it, I just fooled myself into thinking I could have a nice and cute girlfriend. The next thing I knew after that day was a spear of light stabbed my heart while she laughed and left me there to die alone. Payman. That's horrible. Issei. Then. She appeared. I can't forget that day, hair redder than blood, eyes as blue as the sky. That day I met Riaz and she saved me. I understood that she had drag, but still she didn't have any malicious desire towards me. You could say that I met a good demon. Payman. Do you feel bad when you remember her? Issei. She's gone now, obviously I feel sad, but I don't think I'm going to feel bad remembering those beautiful memories. Akeno and Riaz fighting, Asia worrying, Volley yelling let's fight. I lost a lot of people, and remembering is one of the reasons why I keep going. I'm sure they wouldn't want to see me down. Payman. Now it's you and me, adventures await us, there's no room for sadness. Issei. Yes, that's true. They would arrive at the central square of Mondstadt, where they would look at the statue of the god Barbados, his church, and there they would see a well-known. Issei. Is it Amber? Payman. She looks like she's having fun, but didn't she have to work? Issei. I guess he must be on his day off. Payman. Let's say hello. Issei. Hey wait. Payman. Hello, Amber. Amber. Oh, but it's Payman and Issei. I see that they are adjusting to Mondstadt. Have they already found a place to sleep? Issei. If we get help from Noelle. Amber. Noelle, gosh, she's always so nice to help newcomers in Mondstadt. Issei. Do you know her? Amber. There is no one who doesn't know her in all of Mondstadt. She is the one who helps us with everything. You won't see a day when she doesn't work, even during breaks. Issei. Wow, Noelle is really that amazing. Amber. Yes, honestly many of us here do our best to make his work easier, but he still has a lot to do. Issei. Payman, we should help Noelle from time to time, after all she lets us stay at her house for free. Amber. Issei. Is something wrong? Amber. You pervert, what did you do to Noelle? Issei. I didn't do anything to him. Payman. Issei may be a pervert, but he wouldn't force a woman to do something she doesn't want to do. Amber. True, he didn't sexually assault me despite that. Issei. What the hell do you think I am? Amber. Either way I hope you help Noelle, she is always putting herself in danger for others. Issei. I share that feeling and don't worry, I won't give him more work than he has. Amber. True, I wanted to give them a welcome gift. Issei. A gift. Amber. Yes, as you know, this is the land of the god Anemo Barbados, which is why the wind currents are high. Issei. And that means. Amber. Tarrant, take it, it's your welcome gift. This would show a glider. Issei. Oh thanks. Is this a glider? Amber. Yes, it will help you move more easily. Issei. Thank you very much. Since the incident I have not been able to take out my demon or dragon wings, so this will replace my ability to fly temporarily. Amber. You need a license for it, but don't worry, it will be easy to get it. Issei. Let's see, this type of glider is placed on the backhand. Amber. Anyone can activate it, they will be like your wings, but it can only work if you use wind currents that lift you up or throw yourself from high places like mountains or cliffs. Even though you are in the nation of the wind, other places also use them like Liu, Inazuma, etc. Payman. Amber. Amber. Yes. Payman. Are there wind currents here in the city? Amber. Not that I know of. Why? Payman. Why is Issei rising? Amber. He. At that moment Issei was dragged by the wind and rose to the skies, then a huge figure is seen heading towards the city. Amber. These currents are storm terror. Issei. How do I stop this? Amber. Oi Issei. Payman. Can't you just plan for him? Amber. The currents would lift me up just like him, and to go down we would have to deactivate the glider. It would be a several meter fall. At this moment if he wants to go down, he has to wait for the wind to normalize, and that will only happen when the dragon leaves. Payman. But up there in heaven, won't he be alone against the dragon? Amber. I'm afraid so. I hope Storm Terror doesn't notice him. In the heights of the sky Issei was in some kind of elemental storm. Issei. Hell, I don't know if in my current condition I can afford to jump from this height. I currently don't know the situation of my own body. Storm Terror. Arrogant humans, how can they be allowed to walk on the earth and fly in the skies? Issei. That voice. He would feel the trembling of his body again, his heart would beat with pain and force, his blood would burn, and he would see the dragon. Storm Terror. You are human. No, you are polluting my sky. Issei. Shit. Storm Terror. Lion Storm. Issei. I must use the elemental energy quickly. Wind shot. The attacks would collide, cancelling each other out, but Issei was thrown back by the shockwave. Issei. Shit, I don't control the element too well. Storm Terror. You control the elements without vision. Interesting, let's see if you can get out of here alive. Issei. That's what most of my enemies have told me. Storm Terror. Storm churning. The wind pushed the city hard and in the sky a tornado formed. Inside it a dragon moved in a circle and Issei was behind it, his hands shining. Issei. Let's test if you are immune to wind shots. Elemental energy concentration fixed Anemo shots. At that moment the sky trembled, the emerald green shots could be seen like lightning in a storm, shining, exploding, flickering with each blow that Issei gave against the large body of his Storm Terror. Storm Terror. Ai it. Issei. Yes, it seems that your skin can be hurt. Storm Terror. This is not over, the humans will pay for all the harm they have done to me. He retreated as he said those words, fading the windstorm. The city slowly took on its usual brightness, and the sky cleared as Issei descended to earth. Quickly Amber and Payman ran towards him. Issei. That was close. Amber. Issei hugs him. Are you okay? Issei. Don't worry, it's not my first time dealing with dragons. Amber. What does that mean? Issei. I deal with Payman's stomach that roars like a dragon. Payman. Hey. Issei. Smiles. Haha, just kidding. Amber. Seriously, you're a fool. Haha. Issei. By the way, Amber, can you let me go? This would indicate to him that he continued to hug him very tightly. Amber. Hey. Blushes. I'm sorry, I was just worried. She would let go and walk away from him embarrassed, then applause could be heard, a guy was coming towards them. Amber. Captain Kia. Issei. Kia. You put on a good show, kid. Issei. Thanks, but I only defended myself from the dragon. Kia. You don't need to justify yourself, there's no problem with that. If Storm Terror attacked you first you had the right to defend yourself. In fact, the people who can face him are few. It is a great achievement to face him and make him escape. Issei. Well, thanks, I guess. Kia. By the way, my name is Kia, the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius. Issei. So you are Amber's boss. Amber. That's right. Kia. Amber, introduce me to your friends. Amber. Yes, these are Payman and Issei, they are from far away. Kia. Very far away, is that all you know about them? Amber. Yes, but they are very good people, otherwise they would not have risked themselves the way they did. Kia. Well, I guess I can let go of where it came from, now we have more important matters to resolve, we must report this to the Grand Master Intendant. Amber. Yes. I understand. Kia. She has been very thoughtful since she went to look at the stars that day. Issei. Stars. Kia. Yes, apparently he claimed to see a star falling from the sky, but I think he saw wrong, it's a woman's thing, don't give it much importance. Issei. Well, we leave them, we have to go back. Kia. Okay Amber, let's go. Everyone would take their own path after that event. Heyman. The stars fall from the sky. Issei. Of course not, that star was surely me, when I woke up in this world I surely fell from the sky, who knows how many saw me fall thinking I was a star, for now we have to be calm, we are not bad people, but many people will try to protect their home, especially Kia, it is not enough to be cautious with him, he is very intelligent and cunning. Also I saw in the lower part of his pants that he had a vision, but it was different. Heyman. The visions granted can always have a different element. Issei. Well, I don't want to fight someone who isn't bad just because they represent a danger. In the office Kia and Amber reported the situation to a person. Amber. That's all that happened Jean. Jean. I don't want to think that one of the four winds may have to be eliminated, for now let's take protective measures. Kia. You are. Jean. Hey, can you do me a favor? Amber. Yes, what is the favor? Jean. Can you bring me Hyodo Issei, I want to talk to him and thank him for helping us Miles. Chapter 6. Honorary Night. After the fight against the dragon I returned to Noel's house, my body was exhausted, but unfortunately for me the exhaustion of my body was due to something more than the fight with the dragon, many more things. Issei. I can't take it anymore, I feel like I'm breaking. Heyman. Come on, it can't be that bad, you have great stamina. Issei. Heyman, I will remind you again, I lost all my powers, and my dragon body barely helps me in terms of my physique because it is extremely degraded, basically what currently differentiates me from people is that I have a slightly more resistant body and control of the element, but I can get tired you know. Heyman. Heyman doesn't feel tired. Issei. Heyman, with all due respect, do you get tired floating? Heyman. Hey, floating is tiring, especially when I run. Issei. You know that's still floating in the air right? Heyman. Heyman doesn't know what to say to that, Issei. Also my tiredness is justified, first of all that guy Kia I had to help him catch a bandit. Heyman. He tricked us with a legendary weapon. Issei. You were the one interested in the weapon. Heyman. I thought it would help us to be stronger. Issei. Side legendary weapons don't come out on the first try. Heyman. Kia also trusts us a little. Issei. I still won't let my guard down in front of him. Heyman. Heyman understands your point. Issei. Besides that I planned with Amber because we needed to practice to get the flight license to fly with a glider, it took a while and then that took us to some ruins where we had to catch a thief. Heyman. That was a bad start. Issei. Then we had to get the flight license. Heyman. True, and Amber told us that the headmistress wants to meet us, although we haven't gone to see her yet. Issei. Exactly, honestly I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'll go see her tomorrow if I get up. Noel. Are you okay? Issei. Oh Noel, you've arrived. Noel. Yeah, I finished earlier than expected and you seem to be done for. Issei. Haven't you heard the rumors about me? Noel. Yeah, it's no wonder you're like this, but you're so cool, being able to scare away a dragon is something incredible. Issei. It wasn't easy at all and I'm just glad he didn't eat me. Noel. Do you want something for dinner? Issei. I can't ask you that. Noel. Smiles, come on, don't be embarrassed, you're my guest and friend. Issei. Thank you, I'm glad I can make new friends like you. Noel. Blushes, you are very clever sometimes. Issei. Hey. What does that mean? The next morning I went straight to the headquarters of the Knights of Favonius, upon arrival I could admire how big the headquarters is inside, I was impressed. Heyman. Wow, the interior is big and elegant. Issei. I was actually expecting it to be the headquarters, I think the library is on the other side. Heyman. Heyman wants to see what's on the second floor. Issei. Forget it Heyman, we can't see something we're not authorized to see, let's go where we were ordered to. Heyman. Yes. As I walked in and opened the office door, my eyes widened as saucers, a beautiful figure with gorgeous golden blonde hair was waiting for me, and beside her was a beautiful and hexy woman in a purple suit, she looked like a witch, but the nickname witch would be an insult to such a beautiful beauty. Jean. Is something wrong? Issei. They are beautiful. Jean. Blushes, gee, thanks for the compliment. Lisa. But look at that, you make me blush, darling. Issei. Sorry, I didn't realize, I was deep in thought. Lisa. Oh really, what a cute boy, you know Amber told us to be careful with you because you were a pervert. Issei. Exactly what impression does Amber have of me? Jean. Although I can't rule out the pervert thing, he doesn't seem like a bad person. Issei. Seriously, you already assume that I'm a pervert. Lisa. True, we cannot punish a person for being perverted, it is his nature and something psychological about him, it is not something to change. Issei. Seriously, they already gave up on me about the pervert thing. Jean. Cough cough p sorry we changed the subject, I think you want to know the reason why we called you. Issei. Indeed yes. Jean. It's to thank you for your goodwill. Issei. Thank me? Jean. We saw your fight with Sturmterror, you protected the city of Mondstadt and prevented us from having to take radical actions. Issei. I understand it better than anyone, but there is nothing to be thankful for, honestly I only fought because he attacked me, things were that simple. Jean. You're not good at lying, you know. Issei. Side I also repaid Amber's generosity, there was nothing more in my actions. Lisa. Thanks anyway, you haven't helped enough. Jean. You honestly prevented that. Issei. Will they kill the dragon? After his words, the expressions of both of them stiffened, unable to deny the truth. Jean. Honestly. We don't want to do that. Issei. But they are running out of options, aren't they? The dragon is attacking the city more and more, and if this continues, you will have to take drastic measures. Caging it is out of the question due to its size and aggressiveness. It would escape quickly. You honestly don't want to admit it, but killing it is the only solution if it doesn't calm down. But those words they were surprised by such a quick deduction, but also by the seriousness of the matter, since these were a little far from the subject of killing him. Issei. But I want to hear your opinions, why don't you want to kill him if he represents a danger? Jean. He is one of the 4 winds. Issei. 4 winds. Lisa. They are those that the Anemo Archon left protecting these lands, and that is the role they play, in the case of the dragon he is one of the 4 winds, the protector of the east. Jean. We don't know why he attacks the city he's supposed to protect, and we don't know what he's doing or what he did to go against us. Issei. Without information of the complete situation, just killing him would be killing someone innocent. Jean. That's right, and as Grand Master Steward of the Knights of Favonius, I must be responsible for the safety of Mondstadt, but I must also have a clear vision to be fair and judge correctly. Issei. He has a great sense of justice, it's something to admire, so you want my help. Lisa Jean. Surprised. Issei. Don't look at me like that, I'm already involved in this, and honestly when that happens I tend to go all the way, although in most cases I have no choice. Jean. We really appreciate it. Lisa. Wouldn't you like to join the Knights of Favonius, darling? Issei. I'm sorry, I'm already in the Adventurers Guild, I would like to travel around this world when my stay here is over. Jean. It's a shame, but to thank you we would like to give you the title of Honorary Knight. Issei. Smiles I humbly accepted. Jean. Thanks. Issei right. Issei. It's true, I forgot to introduce myself and we started talking, I'm Hyodo Issei, and this is Payman. Payman. Hello. Lisa. But what an interesting creature. Issei. Haha, it's good emergency food. Payman. Hey. Issei. Smiles just kidding. Lisa. By the way, our investigations have taken us to abandoned temples, since there is a strange energy, we were thinking of going to look for clues there. Issei. Temples. Jean. Previously, the 4 winds each had their own temple, but over time they have abandoned them and gone to other places, however they are still present in the territory of the Archon, the Dragon and the Lord of the Wolves. Issei. Don't worry, I understand, possibly nothing is known about them or their reasons for leaving their temple. Lisa. It's difficult to establish contact with creatures that aren't very sociable or open to people. Jean. Just because they protect Mondstadt doesn't mean they're very talkative. Issei. I understand. Lisa. Jean and I will be at the other temples, you can take care of one of them, Key will help you. Issei. Okay. Jean, well, see you tomorrow Issei. Issei. It was a pleasure meeting you. After those words Issei would walk out the door leaving Jean and Lisa alone. Jean. It's strange. Lisa. I miss Issei. Jean. I have a strange feeling, like something is out of place with him. Lisa. What do you mean? Jean. Who doesn't feel like a human? Lisa. So you think it is? Jean. I don't think he's a bad person, so he shouldn't be dangerous to the people of Mondstadt. Lisa. However, the doubt about its origin makes you uncomfortable. Jean. No. It's something else. I feel like I saw it somewhere rather. I saw it somewhere. Lisa. Sighs look at you thinking about a man like that. Jean. What I. Lisa. You are very weak and tender in romantic matters, you should be careful with that. Jean. Lisa. Lisa. Sighs, be careful with that boy, he may be a little perverted, but like all men they never realize when a girl likes them if you don't let him know that directly. Jean. Lisa, that's enough. Lisa. Hahaha, well I'll stop now Jean, but aren't you going to see the stars tonight? Jean. No. I feel like I found what I was looking for when I looked at the sky, I don't know why. But Issei. He was walking outside the headquarters of the Knights of Favonius. Issei. Gen. Heyman. Issei, why did you really accept? Issei. Well, I honestly don't want to see a dragon die. Dragons don't seem to be a large race, and that worries me a lot. Plus, I want to get to the bottom of this, since this dragon can give me clues about this anemo god. Heyman. Do you want to find that deity? Issei. For now I want to confirm identities with my current powers, that deity would kill me easily. Heyman. So that dragon is our clue to finding the wind god. Issei. For now it seems that way. Heyman. Growl, my stomach hurts, I'm hungry. Issei. How do you eat so much with that small body of yours? Heyman. Let's go back to Noel. Issei. There is no other way, let's go home. Heyman. I want to try the roast with Noel honey. Issei. Curiously, you make me hungry too, Heyman. The two would go to rest. Passing by a tavern, a man would look at them out of the corner of his eye. It seems that they are the cause of so much fuss, I wonder if they are a wind of hope or an aggressive storm, I hope I don't have to take care of them personally. Chapter 7. The Dragon. In Mondstadt the weather was stormy, dark clouds surrounded the place, everything was almost similar to that time when the dragon attacked. Issei. This was his doing, wasn't it? Lisa. Yes, the ley lines are causing a big problem. Issei. Ley lines. Lisa. Source of resources and elemental energy, it can become problematic if there is any anomaly, it also transports elemental energy, but the flow is very violent. Jean. According to the report I think this has to do with the temples, something is happening, it must be charging its power in some way and manifesting the storm. Issei. Then according to the plan I will go with Kia, you go to the other temples, if I finish quickly I will catch up with one of you to help. After what was said and spoken with Lisa and Jean, the first met Kia. Kia. You came. Issei. Sure, I promised Jean and Lisa that I would help them. Kia. Can you smell it? Issei. Burnt slime. Kia. The temple has been bustling lately, there must be slime, hilichurls, and remnants of the power that the Stormterror feeds on inside, haha, it must be very lively in there. Issei. They're just a bunch of monsters, it's not like I haven't faced something like that before. Kia. Jojo, that's the attitude, let's go in size, remember that although no one comes to the temples of the four winds to make offerings anymore, the winds of yesteryear do not fade away. Issei. I'll keep that in mind. They both entered the temple, immediately feeling the lighter atmosphere. The elemental energy of the temples felt stronger. Issei. So this is a temple, but here the buildings are diverse and looks down, I can't see the bottom. Kia. The temples are diverse and mysterious, not only are they here in Mondstadt, they are also in Liu, in Azuma among other regions. Issei. So you'd say I could find them all over the world? Kia. Yes, and a tip to keep in mind, be careful, some temples are not as easy as they seem. Heyman. What do you mean? Kia. Look at that. Points at the monsters, they could be monsters, traps or other enemies that you haven't seen, due to the great variety of the temples. Issei. This information is very useful, he's a good guy, but lowering your guard with him could be difficult, it seems they are planning an ambush, there was another door next door. Kia. And ambush them? Something is wrong anyway, the end is ahead, experience in this tells me so. Issei. So what do? Do we face the monsters down there and move forward? Kia. Exactly. Issei. Okay, Kia, support me. Kia. Huh. Issei. Would charge at monsters. At that the hilichurls would scream to alert everyone, the ground was wet and full of water, something that Issei smiled at, as he wanted to experiment with something. Hilichurls. Shoots him. Issei. Dodges, it's the feeling of battle, when your enemies are more and you are only one, what memories. At that moment Issei would channel the anemo elemental energy and form a small tornado that would lift everyone up, the elemental reaction of the tornado with the water would make it turn blue, it had absorbed the hydro element. Issei. Kia to Turno. Kia. Okay, blizzard. The ice quickly began to spread, and upon coming into contact with the hilichurls caught in the tornado, they froze and then died, torn apart by the vortex. Issei. Quick and easy, let's continue. Kia. Okay, by the way, how do you manage to channel elemental energies? I've noticed that you don't have a vision. Heyman. It's a phenomenon, something strange happened. Issei. Better to sum it up like that. Kia. Okay. As we move forward we use the wind currents to fly, in that we find traps, thanks to Kia we easily dismantle them. Issei. I've noticed that the combination of some elements results in something incredible. Kia. Elemental reactions are difficult to predict, they can be both in your favor and against you. Issei. For example. Kia. With my cryo vision I can freeze someone, but if someone comes into contact with Hydro the effect will be instantaneous, but they are unpredictable since in this world there are monsters that can also use this elemental energy and make the reactions to you. Issei. Interesting. Kia. Especially the Anemo. The Anemo can do the reactions with Hydro, Electro, Pyro, Cryo through Whirlwind. I would say that it is the best element to do reactions. Issei. So all the Anemo elements serve that way? Kia. Depending on the bearer of the vision, some use the pure Anemo element to attack, some can even use it to heal. In fact there are not many that I know that use the Anemo for reactions, but in particular I know one. Issei. Seriously, which one? Kia. Is an alchemist of the Knights of Favonius. Issei. Alchemy. I didn't know that they also practice alchemy here. I asked her if I would meet her. Kia. I think it may be possible over time. By the way Issei, have you planned to stay somewhere? Issei. Ha. No honestly, I recently registered in the Adventurers Guild. I've considered the idea of traveling around the world. Kia. I like a free soul, but this place will always welcome you. Issei. I know smiles. And that they could see something shining in front of them, the Anemo energy was very concentrated. Heyman. Is this what the dragon is using to charge its power? Issei. Destroys it now no more. Kia. Good job. Issei. It was nothing. Kia. Go ahead, you can take care of other things, I'll take care of whatever needs to be done. Issei. Okay. Issei would leave quietly, leaving Kia alone. Kia. I find it strange that in this place where the dragon feeds there are only helichurls and slime, and with their mental capacity they cannot have planned to make ambushes. And. An ominous laugh is heard as a strange creature emerges from the shadows. Kia. So you guys are behind this? The creature was preparing to attack but then. Shock. The red-haired person came out from behind Kia, giving the creature a sequence of attacks with his flaming sword. But you did not think to move the Caballero de Favonius. Kia. I find your insults funny, the fact that you are here seems interesting to me. Dillik. Well I heard about a person who was in the spotlight. Kia. You were interested in Issei. Dillik. How is it? Kia. He is careful and intelligent and he is also a little reserved about certain topics. Dillik. I meant, is it dangerous? Kia. It's not Dillik's enemy, you don't need to be so careful. Dillik. It is because of this lack of care that I do not trust the Knights of Favonius. Kia. Is that really why? Dillik. TCH. Kia. Get to know him first, then judge him by his actions. Dillik. Why do you say that? Kia. My instinct tells me that if you fight him you will lose. But Issei. After the key thing I decided to help Lisa while I was passing by. Lisa. Oh honey, are you coming to help me? Issei. That's right. Heyman. By the way, Lisa, what position do you occupy in the Knights of Favonius? Lisa. I'm a librarian. Issei. Although I suppose not a normal one having a vision. Heyman. What does a librarian do? Lisa. It's a good question, basically something that doesn't require body and mind. Issei. That's not the definition of a normal librarian, this one is definitely interesting. We quickly left the chat and entered the temple. At first everything seemed normal, there were only traps and puzzles. Kia's words echoed in my mind. The temples were large and mysterious, they existed all over this world. Issei. Lisa, I noticed that your vision is purple, perhaps. Lisa. Oh right, it's the electro element, is this the first time you've seen one? Issei. Yes. Lisa. Visions are one of our best weapons to defend ourselves in this world, only a few have them, basically it is used by the chosen ones to resort to elemental power. Issei. I have to say that here the elements have priority, in my world the magicians with magic could use even more elements, not to mention that the names are different. Lisa. Myths describe vision as a magic wand. Issei. Hahaha, that is a very accurate statement. Lisa. Although you surprise me, you can use elemental energy without a vision, I almost think you are a hilichurls with high intelligence, but no they are not cute. Issei. I'll take the compliment. Lisa. Do you want to see what electrovision can do? Issei. Will you show me later? Lisa. I think I can now, because we have some discomfort, honey. Issei. Looks at the monsters, more monsters. At that moment she raised her arm and a storm of purple lightning swept away all the monsters in front of her, killing them instantly. Lisa. What do you think? Issei. Amazing. And that he observes the same thing as in the temple where he was with Kia. Issei. Another object to destroy. Lisa. It seems so. Issei would quickly destroy the object without any problems. Issei. Another one destroyed, I wonder how that dragon will act now. Lisa. The dragon of the east, the lioness of the south, the wolf of the north, the falcon of the west, they are the protectors of Mondstadt and are related to Barbados the Anemo Archon. Valen is Sturmterror's real name, well it was until people gave him that nickname. Issei. It's funny how we try to name everything that scares us. Lisa. Yes, but once he was the dragon of the east who helped us, the one in charge of protecting Mondstadt. Now I begin to understand the situation better seeing it from another angle. Valen can only channel 3 of the 4 winds because he is consuming himself. Issei. What motivates him to do it? Lisa. I think the hatred of Mondstadt, driven by hatred, became more powerful than the wind itself, and so it became Sturmterror. Issei. However, hatred is not generated without any reason. Heyman. Exactly because the dragon would hate the city he was supposed to protect. Lisa. Ha. It's very complicated considering the history of Mondstadt, it could even have been caused by stopping giving offerings to the 4 winds. Issei. Hate can be born or it can be created. After that Lisa and I left the temple, however I would stay thinking about the dragon. Heyman. This whole situation seems very strange to me, a dragon who wanted to protect his city and now hates it. Issei. I think there is incitement from something or someone. Heyman. But who? Issei. I have no idea. Let's go back to Jean first. This world is not simple at all. When I came back I could see Jean, however I could see that he was arguing with someone. Jean. I don't think it's your responsibility. Anastasia. And that led us to the current situation, they couldn't take care of the dragon, leave the defense of Mondstadt to the Fatui, we can put an end to it for you, you just have to bring us the monster. Jean. Monster. Anastasia. Did I say something wrong? Jean. I wish your diplomats were more professional, have some tact, you're talking about wanting to put an end to one of the 4 winds of Mondstadt, as if it were nothing, I'm not going to let you say any more nonsense in front of the Knights of Favonius. Anastasia. Haha, it's not as crazy as you think, but keep in mind it's just an exchange of opinions. Issei was watching the conversation and was uneasy about it. Issei. That woman is definitely not joking, her tone of voice was confident as if she had the weapons to kill him. Chapter 8. We must act. Issei, who waited for the conversation with the masked woman to end, called Jean. Jean. Issei, thank you for helping us, the elemental flow has calmed down, the problem with the Li lines has been solved, the repercussions of the attack have been resolved at least for now, but the pressure from the delegation continues. Heyman. Delegation. Is it from Li or Inazuma City? Jean. They are from Snezhnaya, where they decided to worship the Cryo Archon. Issei. That person you were talking to. Jean. If he is from there, his delegates receive a particular name, the Fatui. Issei. Fatui, I feel like they'll be hard to deal with in the future. Heyman. Heyman heard of them, they are super famous or infamous. Issei. Infamous is the best word I would use to describe them if they suggested a strategy as abrupt as killing the dragon. Jean. I don't think killing the Sturmterror is the best option, but those Fatui who follow the Cryo Archon have always coveted the Anemo Archon's power. Issei. They are definitely not trustworthy, but I understand that for political reasons they cannot be thrown out of the city. Jean. Unfortunately that is how it is. Issei. Shocked I still remember now. Jean. What's wrong? Issei. I need to show something to the Knights of Favonius. Jean. Then let's go back to headquarters, it's better not to talk here. The two would walk quietly through the city. Issei. Mondstadt and Snezhnaya, what relationship do they have? Jean. Mondstadt and Snezhnaya have the same status, even if you don't believe it, Mondstadt is independent and does not belong to any kingdom, it is actually a kingdom itself. Issei. So this is a nation. Jean. Although the city is small, our territory is large, the problem is the Fatui, they are known for being the most aggressive diplomats in all of Tavid. Issei. A good beating can fix that, I just suggest. Heyman. That's true, although we would have problems. When I got to the office, Jean and Lisa would be there waiting for me to speak. Heyman. So what will you do? Issei. Let me see, I need to concentrate. Close his eyes. The crystal, I just need to take out the crystal please. His arm would quickly expel the crystal, it would come out of his hand, although the gauntlet would not manifest. Issei. This crystal was with the dragon. Lisa. It's incredible, it gives off great power. Jean. Yes. Lisa, do you think you can analyze it? Lisa. Let me see, there are too many impurities in the blow. Jean. Lisa. Lisa. Ouch, I felt a hard blow as I approached. I see it reacts to the vision, the impurities and the elemental energy of us repel each other. Issei. So it hurts every vision bearer. Jean. You can use elemental energy Issei, you have no idea why it doesn't hurt you or what makes you so special. Issei. I don't think so, obviously I'm not from this world and the latent power inside me must have something to do with it, but I can't say that. Lisa. You better keep it, for now I will try to investigate more in the ancient texts. Issei. Puts away the crystal. Understood. Jean. Thank you very much for your help, I hope that if you find anything else you will tell us. Issei. Okay. Issei would leave the office calmly. Paimon. Why didn't you tell them that besides the dragon and the crystal, you came to someone? Issei. It's not necessary, honestly, the two of them are very busy right now, I don't want to give them more work, besides I think I want to investigate this for myself. Paimon. So that's why you didn't tell them. At that point Issei and Paimon noticed someone running, and they immediately recognized him. Paimon. I've seen it, that's not it. Issei. Yes, sir. After seeing that person, Issei would chase her, using his elemental energy he would follow her trail, and it would take him to the square, where she was playing a sweet melody. The subject seemed to be a bard, then he began to tell a story. When the gods walked the earth, there was a dragon who sought the truth among the common people, but they only managed to confuse him. Then a bard who sweetly played the strings and that sacred lyre answered his questions. The dragon flew sweetly through the sky, and the bard invited him to sing songs, so that everyone could see his goodness. But the tides of despair flooded the land, the lion's fang was broken, and the falcon's banner was torn. But the arrival of an evil dragon to Mondstadt, an ominous shadow enveloped the cathedral. The bard sang of the people's agony, and the dragon answered his call. And in the middle of the storm they began a brutal confrontation. The poison caused the celestial dragon to fall into a deep sleep, and when he woke up, he felt a deep rejection. Because the people of this time hate me, but the sacred lyre no longer responded. Hate and sadness, vigor and poison. The tears of the scorned dragon were shed, and the dragon's curse spread silently. The lyre could no longer calm her crying. Issei. That story felt so real, so vivid. At that moment the boy noticed Issei and Paimon. Wait a minute, you're the ones who scared Valen. Issei. So you remember me, that makes things easier. Paimon. Yes, because you were with a dragon. We are friends after all. Paimon. Friend of a dragon, that's crazy. Issei. Cough cough. Paimon. It's true that Issei is not human, or at least unlikely. Who are you? Venti. My name is Venti the Bard, to be more precise I am the 3-time winner of the Bard of Mondstadt. Issei. Soy Hyodo Issei, Dime Issei. Paimon. And I am Paimon. Issei. We want to know more about Valen. Paimon. Yes, show me that. Issei. Okay. I would quickly take out the glass, but this one was different, it was light blue. Venti. Oh, that's it. Paimon. What happened to the crystal when it changed color? Issei. I don't know, being with me purified him. Venti. That's a tear of Valen, it shows his suffering. I have one too. Valen was once a gentle person, now he's a resentful and angry being. Issei. I know what that is. Venti. Do you think you can purify it? Issei. I'll try. At that moment, upon coming into contact with the tear, it would be purified just like the previous one and would turn sky blue. Venti. Your skills are impressive. Issei. I didn't know I could do that, how many more things will I be able to do because I'm not from here? The truth is this is also new to me. Venti. Sigh. Even though Valen has not been defeated, his life will quickly run out, he will be consumed by the flames of his anger. Issei. Reminds me of when I lost control with the Juggernaut. No drive. I also feel compassion for Valen, can I help you with something? Venti. I have my own plans. Paimon. Like which ones? Venti. I'm sorry I have to go, okay I'm leaving. Issei would see Venti leave. Issei. Paimon, let's follow him. Paimon. Yes, Paimon thinks it's very suspicious to leave him alone. Issei. It's not just that. I feel like he's not human. Paimon. How do you know who is or isn't human? Issei. My entire body is that of a dragon, I may not be able to manifest it or dragonify some parts of my body, but my sense of smell and sight are better than a human's, I can see the energy that a person emanates, and he emanates a lot of anemo energy, even more than a vision bearer. Paimon. How will we act? Issei. For now let's follow him and ask him about the god of this region, I'm very interested in that topic. After Issei's words, he would follow Venti carefully. When they arrived, they would see a huge tree. Venti. Get out of there, I can feel your presence. Issei. Did you know we were following you? Venti. I guessed it. Issei. Do you know anything about Barbados? Venti. The Anemo god of Mondstadt, he disappeared long ago, the Geo god of Liu, and the Electro god of Inazuma are still around, but it's been a long time since the people of Mondstadt last saw their own god. Issei. You are no, I better keep my words to myself for now. Venti. If you're asking, is it because of the Dvalin? Issei. Someone told me about it and. At that moment a great breeze would begin to emerge. Venti. It's been a long time, I guess some people aren't happy with my arrival. Issei. I guess I'll have to take care of it if I want to continue the conversation. At that moment Issei would rush towards the enemy. Issei. This being is made of pure element, if I use an emo I won't do anything to it, that only leaves me with pulls out his sword physical damage. Low. Shock. Venti. He is strong, very strong, fighting on par with an Eye of the Storm without using elemental energy, he is truly a strong human. Eye of the Storm. Would start to create a tornado. Issei. Never leave your core exposed to stab. He would quickly jump using the Anemo element as momentum and would stab his sword into the core of the Eye of the Storm, destroying it. Issei. This thing isn't something organic, so by killing it, you don't get any organs or anything. Venti. It seems that you are stronger than you appear, you said that someone told you about the dragon. Issei. Yes, Lisa. Issei would explain Lisa's words at the temple, as well as the situation in Mondstadt. Venti. Worthy of the scholar, however Stormterror's anger was not caused because people stopped giving offerings to the four winds, this is not a natural hatred. Issei. So it's like I guessed, a hatred generated by something. Venti. If they are consequences of their degradation. Payman. Degradation. Venti. The dark blood running through his veins is torturing him. Issei. Like the story you were telling when I was fighting the evil dragon. Venti. Yes, that's what made him lose his way, and he will let himself be deceived by them. Issei. Them. Venti. There are monsters in this world like the Hilichurls that are not very intelligent, but there are others like the wizards of the abyss that have great intellect. Issei. Abyss mages. This is the first time I've heard of them. Venti. They belong to the Order of the Abyss, formed by non-human beings who despise humanity. I don't know where they come from, I only know that they despise the world of humans. Many Hilichurls follow their orders and act as their weapons. Issei. I knew this new world was going to bring bad things too, no wonder the temples I went to with Kia and Lisa because of the dragon, the monsters were there, they followed their orders. Venti. Valen suffers just like me, you see I was poisoned when I touched his blood, but the aura you emit is relaxing, thanks to that I could feel that the poison disappeared. Issei. I will help the dragon, if we don't do something the only option will be to kill it. Venti. Then I need your help with something, could you come to the Mondstadt Cathedral? Payman. To church, but what are we going for? Venti. To recover the sacred lyre, it is the treasure of Mondstadt and the lyre that Barbados used to play. Issei. Because I feel like something here is out of place. Issei would follow Venti to the cathedral with a bad feeling in mind. Venti. We arrived. Issei. Oh. Payman. Have you had contact with the Issei church? Issei. We'll talk about it inside. Venti. Remember, with the lyre I can stop the nightmare that Valen is living. Payman. Are you sure you can? Venti. I am the best bard in the land, look at my eyes, do you think I am untrustworthy? Issei. You are actually the only bard I've seen in the city, and honestly at this point, I guess trusting you is our only option. Venti. Well said. Payman. So how do we get the lyre? Venti. Easy, it's deep inside the cathedral, it's a very safe place, I'm going to inspect it, you can come with me for it. Quickly Issei would enter the cathedral, and then he would look at the whole place. Issei. You asked me if I had interaction with the Payman church. Payman. Yes. Issei. They tried to kill me on more than one occasion. Payman. Hey. Issei. Yes, it was a very complicated time, and if I learned anything from the church, never trust it when there is no peace. Payman. Payman thinks things are going to get really bad. Chapter 9. The Lyre and the Robber. While talking to Payman, I saw Venti talking to a nun, thanks to my senses I was listening to the conversation perfectly. Venti. Greetings sister. Jetland. May the god Anemo bless you, young bard, how may I help you? Venti. I have a secret that can save Mondstadt from danger. Jetland. Oh thank the god Anemo, but why does it come to me and not to the knights? Venti. Because you are a dear sister and I would like to borrow the sacred lyre, with it I could help the Stormterror. Jetland. Please leave. 20. Kui. Jetland. Now the dragon is evil, if the Grand Master Intendant makes a decision, there is nothing in the world that can oppose her, and by that I mean that only she can request something like that. Venti. But the dragon could die. Jetland. He betrayed his nation and hurt his people, not even the god Anemo could forgive him. 20. But. Jetland. I'm sorry, please go away. How strange. I feel bad for refusing to help this innocent child. 20. I suppose there is no other way, my faithful servants rejoice, the god himself Anemo Barbados has descended from the heavens. Issei. Oh my god. 20. Surprised to see the god they worship. Jetland. If you don't need anything else, I will return to my administrative duties at the cathedral. Wins. Experience. The nun would leave and Issei would slowly approach. Issei. I value honesty, 20. But there is a point between telling the truth with conclusive evidence or telling the truth and being seen as a madman. 20. I guess it wasn't what I expected. Issei. If you mean asking for the sacred lyre like it's nothing or declaring that you're the Anemo god in front of a nun in the church, I'd say it went well for you, because where I come from you'd be at the stake in this day and age for saying such things in a cathedral. Haman. Wait, it's the Anemo god. Issei. I told you he wasn't human. Haman. Still it is. 20. So you knew. Issei. I would have to be stupid not to realize it, being someone who knows that dragon so well as if I had lived great moments with him. 20. You must have questions, but. Issei. Right now the important thing is to help the dragon. 20. Wait, you're a member of the Knights of Favonius, maybe you can get the lyre. Issei. It's an honorary title, no identification or anything like that, I'll get a warning for pretending to be a knight. 20. That leaves us with only one option. Issei. I don't like where this is going. 20. If not by good means, then by bad means, any idea how to steal it? Issei. What did I get myself into, 20? As I tell you, I don't want to steal from a church. 20. It's the only way to cure Dvalin, and you said you'd help me. I'm just a good musician. If I get arrested, I won't have anyone to defend me. It would be very unfair. Haman. You get caught stealing, I don't see it as unfair. Issei. How did the Anemo god fall to this? Haman. Wait, we will do it. Issei. We have no choice, okay. Night would come, the church would darken, and guards would roam around the place. Haman. Have you ever done this, Issei? Issei. No, in fact I was on the side that finished off the church thieves. Haman. Didn't they try to kill you? Issei. It was complicated, my first relationship with her was that of a psychopathic murderer with a nun he loved, then two beautiful women who tried to hit me with sacred weapons, in short the church, and I had clashes. Haman. I just hope everything goes well. Issei. The lyre is in front, let's just take it before. But he couldn't finish speaking because someone had appeared in front of Issei. Magasis and Electro. Oh, this is mine. Issei. Who are you? Magasis and Electro. You should be quiet. Issei would quickly chase after her, but she would disappear, immediately the guards would catch him in the act. Guards. You guys. Issei. Run. 20 was waiting for them outside. 20. I wonder how they're doing it, I don't think it's that complicated. Issei. Run. Haman. They discovered us. 20. Come quickly. While the three of them were running, the alarm went off in the city. In the tavern. Charles. Master Dillick, these are the accounts for the week. Dillick. The disaster seriously affected the business, let's hope everything improves. At that a sound was heard, the door opened and Issei, 20 and Payman quickly entered. 20. Hey, greetings, we would like to sit at your most discreet table. Issei. I really have to teach you some things, especially how to dissimulate. Dillick. That boy is not Issei that everyone is talking about. On the second floor there are fewer customers, they will raise less suspicion there, but you are not a bard, why don't you sit in the center and sing some things? 20. Haha. Let's leave the function for next time, for now we'll go up, see you. Issei. The following. Dillick. Charles, take a look at them, those two boys seem very suspicious, I'll go ask the protectors of Mondstadt about the bard. At that moment the guards would enter, revealing that many guards were moving outside. Otto. Mr. Dillick, have you seen two thieves? Dillick. What's happening, why are so many guards mobilized outside? Miles. Mr. Dillick hasn't heard, two thieves have stolen the sacred lyre. Dillick. Really, how strange. Miles. Yes, it is, the sacred lyre is a cultural treasure of value, a cultural heritage of such value is. On the second floor above. Issei listened to the guards. Issei. If they arrest us, I'll hand you over. 20. Sorry. Issei. For now let's just look at the guy, he doesn't seem to want to hand us over, plus he's not a common guy if he has that. This would notice the pyro vision that he possessed. Han. Dillick. Dillick. Because they would steal something they can't sell, they would make more profit by robbing my warehouses. Otto. Has. Dillick. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked, I thought I saw suspicious people leaving through the front door quickly. After saying that the two guards would leave, in that Venti would go down to the bar and Issei would follow him. Venti. I would like a bottle of. Illic. Return the bottle you took from the counter. Venti. Something cold, can I have a drink? Illic. Can you answer my questions? Venti. Let me finish drinking first, I'll pay you with a show. Illic. You look too young to drink alcohol. Venti. Don't worry, when I started drinking you barely. Issei. Cough cough, who is this man? Venti. He is the boss Dillic, the owner of the tavern, he is quite a celebrity, his dandelion wine is one of my favorites. Issei. Oh. Dillic. And you're Issei, I have heard of you, the great honorary knight, because someone who helps the Knights of Favonius is stealing, and you have to have the guts to steal the sacred lyre. Issei. Unfortunately we didn't steal it, although we were going to do it. Heyman. Yes, it was someone else. Dillic. Are you and this bard friends? Issei. You could say we met recently. Dillic. Well, although I recognize that you helped Mondstadt in crisis and did not ask for anything in return, the atmosphere I feel about you is not that of a thief, it's a shame you joined the Knights of Favonius. Issei. It seems that he doesn't get along with them, why do you say that? Dillic. They are weak and conservative against the Fatui, forget it, I don't want to talk about it. Venti. It seems that he doesn't like the Knights of Favonius. Dillic. We just have different points of view, but back to the topic, why do they want to steal the sacred lyre? Although they didn't steal it, you were close to it and you could see who did it, meaning you were planning something with it. This makes his intentions clear. Venti. I'm sure you want to know, you could get into trouble with the Knights of Favonius. Dillic. I always end up in his business one way or another. Venti. Would you believe a story if I sang it? Dillic. Depending on the story, I can pay you 5 mora and even the sacred lyre. Issei. It's not a bad deal, Venti, you better start singing. Venti would sing the story, and Dillic would be impressed by how real it felt, it was like seeing a mental image. Dillic. This is confidential, tell me something like that. Venti. If you ask why, it will be because the winds have changed. Issei. We are not bad people, it is better to speak through honest actions than empty words. Dillic. Interesting. Give me some time, I have some contacts that could help, on the other hand you're Issei. Issei. Yes. Dillic. I may have been wrong about you thinking you were dangerous. Issei. I understand. Dillic. Things are in turmoil outside, it's better for the two of you to stay in the tavern. Venti. No problem. Issei. You love alcohol a lot, isn't that true? Dillic. Okay, both of you wait here, I'll go get help and information. I would stay next to Venti waiting for Dillic while I watched him drink, it was a bottomless pit. Shortly after returning I was able to see Dillic with a person he knew very well. Issei. Jean. Jean. Issei. Dillic. Don't worry, he didn't come as the head teacher, he came as Jean, it's not something you see every day. Jean. I heard something about the sacred lyre, but I didn't think it was you. Issei. Things happened. Jean. So it's true, the lyre can return Sturmterror to normal. Dillic. I understand that such an absurd explanation is difficult to believe. Jean. I believe you. Dillic. What? Jean. The conflict between Mondstadt and Snezhnaya has its origin in the conflict between the 7 nations and their respective gods, the Cryo-Archon, who is in charge of the Fatui desires, the divine power of the Anemo-Archon. Issei. In the future I will have to be careful, I may have to face those gods on more than one occasion, and if they have the level of strength that I think, I will not be able to beat them, at least not currently, so that's why they want to kill Valen. Jean. We are obviously preventing it, but it is known that the Knights of Favonius hindered the end of Valen. Issei. Then the sacred lyre would be his next objective to obtain that power. Jean. Exactly, and the number of Fatui who have come to Mondstadt is not small. According to Dillic's information, the Fatui did not keep the sacred lyre in the Grand Goth Hotel. I suppose they would not want to leave a stolen relic in an easy-to-find place. Issei. So where do we look? Jean. I think I know where the sacred lyre is, a Fatui hiding place has been seen in the distance. Dillic. If things get out of control it would be a diplomatic crisis and… Issei. A war with Snow. Dillic. This is how diplomatic relations are. Issei. Okay, I'll take care of getting her back. Jean. I'm counting on you. Issei. Yes. Quickly Issei, Dillic, Payman and Venti would leave the place and go to the Fatui's hideout, the streets were already clear. Issei. Venti, what do you think about this? Venti. I think Jean underestimates the Fatui's true intentions, and I think they seek to use the connection of the lyre and the dragon to draw Barbados out of his lair. Dillic. The Anemo-Archon hasn't been seen in 1,000 years, what makes you think that's his intention? 20. He. Dillic. Forget it, I don't like to get involved in other people's business, take Issei. Issei. Yuna Mascara. Illic. It is better to avoid being recognized, with the Fatui and Mondstadt if they see us there could be repercussions, since they are under the guise of allies. Issei. I understand. Issei would enter with Venti, Dillik and Payman to the lair, immediately the Fatui soldiers could be seen, and a smile appeared on Issei's face. Issei. Humans are better at practicing than monsters. Soldier. Wait, intruders. Issei. Cuts off his hands. Soldier. Aya. Dillik Venti. Shocked. Payman. Wait, are you going to kill him? Issei. They are our enemies Payman, we kill them or they kill us, you know that very well. Dillik. Although it is true, it is better not to cause unnecessary deaths. Venti. Yes, for a moment Issei became cruel and bloodthirsty, as if he was used to fighting like that. Issei. So what do you suggest Dillik? Dillik. I suggest disabling the normal soldiers and those who are already out of the normal range, we have no choice but to finish them off. Issei. Smiles agree. Chapter 10. Finishing off the enemy. Issei advanced among soldiers hitting them hard, through Dillik's instructions he had understood that killing was not right, at least in normal people. Low. Shock. Burst. Issei. Are they all? A large number of unconscious men are seen behind Issei. Dillik. He's strong, if I hadn't told him not to kill, surely those unconscious bodies would be lifeless corpses piled up, it really scares me to think about it. Guardia. Laughing at me, please. Venti. We have one here. Guard. I surrender, but know that when Signora gets her hands on you, she will torture you, and when the time comes you will not dare to say a word about me. Issei. Puts him to sleep sweet dreams or nightmares in your case. Payman. He just said Signora, what a strange name. Dillik. She is number 8 of the 11, they know her by the name of Signora. Issei. Lost once. Dillik. The fact that the Fatui can run freely throughout the 7 nations is because of them, they are extremely strong, we must act quickly, if she is here she could cause us a headache. Issei. Yes. Quickly moving forward they reach the room where the lyre was. Issei. That's it. Dillik. Let's take the lyre and. Shock. Collector. How? Issei. Did you really think you could attack me by surprise while hidden? At that moment the dagger that was going to attack Dillik was stopped by Issei's sword, while he revealed his eyes, which had temporarily become the eyes of a dragon, but these were not seen by anyone when they were facing him. Dillik. It seems that this is no longer a normal soldier. Issei. Dillik, Venti and Payman, take the lyre and go out, I will stay with him to fight. Dillik. Are you sure that? Issei. Yes. Dillik. Okay. They would quickly take the lyre and leave Issei alone with the enemy. Issei. This will be exciting, I'll finally be able to practice with another high-level human. Collector. Signora will not tolerate this kind of interference, I will finish you off and go for them. Issei. Hahaha. Damn you don't know your position. Collector. What? Issei. Rushes at him, the reason I told them to leave is because I didn't want them to see this scene. Shock. Collector. You. Issei. Court Elemental Anemo. A blade of wind would come out of his hand and cut his leg, bringing him to his knees. Collector. Og kneels you. Issei. I've experienced many battles, met some great bastards, and what they've taught me is to have no mercy on the enemy. Low. Shock. Low. Burst. Low. Shock. The collector made thousands of movements with his daggers, but Issei's speed was absurdly fast, attacking the vital areas. Down, up, Issei moved his sword and improved his swordsmanship as time passed, definitely fighting with a sword with people was different from fighting with monsters. The openings, the movements, Issei was aggressive in each attack to the vital points, and it was because he was not used to sword combat, it was clear to say that he used his fists better, however he adapted well. Pax Collector. It can't be. Issei. Hiding from me is something you won't be able to do grabs him by the neck. Collector. How? Issei. Nothing deceives my eyes squeezes his neck. Collector. Spits blood. Issei. Smiles well I'll finish you off. Collector. Gets engulfed in fire. Issei. Releases him and steps back oh you broke free, very clever. Collector. Turns invisible I left, but when Signora finds out she will finish you off and make the bard sing songs of your death, they will be so terrifying that the people of Mondstadt will never sleep again because of the nightmares. Issei. Tch he escaped well, he knows how to measure the difference in skill, and looks at his hand being a dragon grants me resistance to fire, but even that can break, even more so if I'm in this decadent state, it would be better to be more careful, now that I don't have my armor I put my body in play with each battle, my skill with the sword improves. Although I still prefer combat with my fists, well, it would be better for me to go back. Issei would go to the tavern upon returning. Diluc, Venti, Paimon and Jean should be waiting for him. Upon entering he could see them. Jean. Issei, you are safe. When Diluc and Venti told me that you were fighting I was worried, but I see that it was in vain. Diluc. I told you he's different when he fights, he's really strong. Issei. And how are you? Venti. The lyre is in bad shape, its anemo power has been exhausted, it wouldn't even be good enough to play music in Diluc's tavern. Diluc. Many bards would fight to play in my tavern, don't make assumptions like that. Paimon. That aside, we're back where we started. Venti. Paimon. What are you laughing at? Venti. Don't make such hasty assumptions, the lyre itself is fine, but the strings are damaged, that's why it's time to shine. Issei. Issei. Yo. Venti. The intensity of the anemo power has decreased, that's why I was thinking of using Valen's crystallized tear. Issei. Ha. I understand your point, sheds a tear, let's hope it works. The lyre would quickly take on a pure color and the strings would glow green. Jean. She's beautiful. Venti. Thanks to the fact that you purified the tear, the lyre regained some of its power, but it is still far from complete. We need more tears. Issei. Then we will have to look for them. Venti. We better do it quickly, Valen must be suffering in silence. Jean. Valen. Diluc. You have our support, Venti and Issei. Issei. Leave it to me, as long as I'm here I won't let him die. Venti. Heroes setting out on an adventure will be a great song. Paimon. You only think about singing. Venti. I wouldn't be a bard if I didn't. Paimon. How shameless, you deserve a horrible nickname, from now on you will be a cheap bard. Issei. For some reason I feel like I agree with Paimon, well let's go find that tear. So we began the search for the crystallized tears, we found 3 in total, and when the time came I purified them. Jean found it hard to believe until he saw it and found it interesting as always, comparing it to filtering wine. Likewise after that the lyre showed its splendor. Of course the hardest part came now, as this was where to summon Valen, which was quickly resolved. Starry cliff, and there we were. Paimon. What's the worst that could happen if we fail? Issei. Let the dragon eat us or tear us apart. Paimon. Paimon doesn't like your sincerity. Issei. Anyway, let's hope everything goes well. Jean. Then let's start. Venti. Understood, I will start playing. At that, Venti's fingers moved and the lyre played that soft melody that the wind carried away, it seemed light and calm. But then from below the cliff he arrived, the dragon was in front of us, but it showed hostility. Issei. Valen. You came but you can't undo what's done. Venti. Then why do I see sadness in your eyes? Valen. Too low. At that moment a shot hit the sacred lyre, breaking it. Issei. Shocked, but what? Cryoabyss wizard. Don't be fooled by him, dear dragon, he's leaving you to your fate, the city has rejected you and they're trying to trick you again. 20. No. Valen. Barbados. Cryoabyss mage. Let hatred consume you, Mondstadt has turned its back on you. Valen. These people who came with you have come to kill me, they even brought another dragon with them to kill me. Issei. TCH. Cryoabyss mage. It is time for the dragon to serve its true master, will you mourn and watch the world tremble? Venti. Valen. The dragon quickly created a storm that was impossible to react to, when the wind stopped, he left with the magician. Jean. Beard. Venti, be careful. Venti. Haha, don't pretend anymore, you've known my true identity for a long time, right Jean? Issei. In fact, now a huge dragon is shouting your name, it is impossible that no one here does not notice. Venti. I appreciate that they still call me Venti. Diluc. How is the sacred lyre, can you still play it or do we need to fix it? Venti. I'm afraid that's impossible. Issei. We have to do something, that guy we saw, or rather creature, was the magician of the abyss. Jean. Yes, but what are you planning? Diluc. We must root out evil, I recently got rid of an abyss mage in one of the temples of the Four Winds, with my contacts I will find them quickly. Paimon. Even though you don't like the real knights you act to protect Mondstadt. Diluc. Stay tuned for my news, let the Order of the Abyss know that their contempt for Mondstadt will not go unpunished. As the dragon flew through the winds, 2 wizards and someone behind them could be seen. Cryoabyss mage. Your Highness, your humble servant has returned. When your home returns to this world, we will rejoice in your glory. The boy with short blonde hair and grey eyes looked at the dragon. But his shadow revealed something, a uniform not seen in today's world. But Issei. Venti. Millimeters, that's strange. Issei. What? Venti. Valen's words, he said we brought another dragon to kill him. Jean. Yes. But we are all human. Issei. I think it's a metaphor, he said something to represent what it really means. Jean. Oh, that's strange. I swore for a moment that he had assured us that there was another dragon with us. Payman. I think Payman is hungry, we should prepare for the fight, Issei, let's eat. Issei. Okay, a dragon meets another dragon, it'll be troublesome from now on. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching, if you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day, bye.